"What shall we eat tomorrow? I haven't the slightest idea," said Widow Wang to her eldest son as he started out one morning in search of work. "Oh, the gods will provide. I'll find a few coppers somewhere," replied the boy, trying to speak cheerfully, although in his heart he also had not the slightest idea in which direction to turn. The winter had been a hard one. Extreme cold, deep snow, and violent winds. The Wang house had suffered greatly. The roof had fallen in, weighed down by heavy snow. Then a hurricane had blown a wall over, and Ming Li, the son, up all night and exposed to a bitter cold wind, had caught pneumonia. Long days of illness followed, with the spending of extra money for medicine. All their scant savings had soon melted away, and at the shop where Ming Li had been employed, his place was filled by another. When at last he arose from his sick bed, he was too weak for hard labor, and there seemed to be no work in the neighboring villages for him to do. Night after night he came home, trying not to be discouraged, but in his heart feeling the deep pangs of sorrow that come to the good son who sees his mother suffering for want of food and clothing. "Bless his good heart," said the poor widow after he had gone. "No mother ever had a better boy. I hope he is right in saying the gods will provide. It has been getting so much worse these past few weeks that it seems now as if my stomach were as empty as a rich man's brain. Why, even the rats have deserted our cottage, and there's nothing left for poor Tabby, while old Blackfoot is nearly dead from starvation." When the old woman referred to the sorrow of her pets, her remarks were answered by a pitiful mewing and a woebegone barking from the corner where the two unfed creatures were curled up together, trying to keep warm. Just then, there was a loud knocking at the gate. When the Widow Wang called out, "Come in," she was surprised to see an old bald-headed priest standing in the doorway. "Sorry, but we have nothing," she went on, feeling sure the visitor had come in search of food. "We have fed on scraps these 2 weeks, on scraps and scrapings, and now we are living on the memories of what we used to have when my son's father was living. Our cat was so fat she couldn't climb to the roof. Now look at her. You can hardly see her, she's so thin. No, I'm sorry we can't help you, friend priest, but you see how it is." "I didn't come for alms," cried the clean-shaven one, looking at her kindly, "but only to see what I could do to help you. The gods have listened long to the prayers of your devoted son. They honor him because he has not waited till you died to do sacrifice for you. They have seen how faithfully he has served you ever since his illness, and now, when he is worn out and unable to work, they are resolved to reward him for his virtue. You, likewise, have been a good mother, and shall receive the gift I am now bringing." "What do you mean?" faltered Mrs. Wang, hardly believing her ears at hearing a priest speak of bestowing mercies. "Have you come here to laugh at our misfortunes?" "By no means. Here in my hand I hold a tiny golden beetle, which you will find has a magic power greater than any you have ever dreamed of. I will leave this precious thing with you, a present from the god of filial conduct." "Yes, it will sell for a good sum," murmured the other, looking closely at the trinket, "and will give us a millet for several days. Thanks, good priest, for your kindness." "But you must by no means sell this golden beetle, for it has the power to fill your stomachs as long as you live." The widow stared in open-mouthed wonder at the priest's surprising words. "Yes, you must not doubt me, but listen carefully to what I tell you. Whenever you wish food, you have only to place this ornament in a kettle of boiling water, saying over and over again the names of what you want to eat. In 3 minutes, take off the lid, and there will be your dinner, smoking hot and cooked more perfectly than any food you have ever eaten." "May I try it now?" she asked eagerly. "As soon as I am gone."